is there something that you've I think it's okay to blindly steal from other, it doesn't have to be harness racing. It doesn't have to be, but is there certain philosophies or certain ideas that you've taken from other tracks or non-tracks?
I'm not going to say tracks here because I think I'm big into sports. I'm a huge sports fan. Also, I'm into sports broadcasting. I broadcast hockey games all winter. So I follow a lot of different sporting teams on social media, and I see the little things that they do, and just like the silly little stuff that gets so many hits, whether it just be GIFs, of anything. And so this winter, I was like sitting around one day here and thought, I should make a GIF for each driver that we could probably post when they win a race, something like that. Little things that you can pick up that I think our sport can borrow from other sports. The one thing I would love, and I brought it up one time in a meeting we were planning for North America Cup, and they used to sing the national anthems about 45 minutes before the first race. And my thing was, why don't we do it just right before the first race? No other sporting event sings the anthem so far ahead of their first, whether it be
puck
tip
drop
off, puck drop, first pitch, anything. So we switched to that. Then I got to thinking, how cool would it be if, and I'm thinking big picture here, but you have the planes fly over or something like that, or the track, just things like that. I think if we watch other sports and see the things that they do, especially a lot of the in-game entertainment, I think can be transferred over to harness racing.
Well, I've always thought that if we don't treat our sport bigger than it should be, if we treat our sport bigger than what should be, then people who are fans of our sport will think that it's bigger than what it is.
Oh yeah.
So like if you had that the Jets fly over, I don't know what the Canadian Blue Angels are. Are they the red?
Snowbirds.
The Snowbirds. Okay. Yeah. If you had them fly, I can't imagine it would be too difficult.
No.
To do that and get maybe a cool shot or something like that. And then the fans hear, and you get that on the broadcast, they say, "Whoa!" They don't associate too many flyovers because that doesn't happen that often. But you guys got it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, wow, this is a big thing, and it's almost like a symbol of a big event.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I think you got to make your event huge. I always like to mention it to, whether it just be my friends, because they always ask like, what's this horse racing business you're involved in, and I'll say, this weekend we have the North America Cup's coming up. It's a $1 million race, and the first thing they go is $1 million. Like the winner gets $1 million, and you got to explain to them how it all works. But most of the time, you just say they're racing for $1 million. Yeah. And they, I didn't realize it was that big. A lot of time you just throw how much money is involved. I can mention how much, I'll tell someone, they'll come out to the track and I'll say, it doesn't look like it's busy here tonight, but, there's going to be $1.5 million bet on these races tonight. They go, wow, I didn't realize. So just little things that, like you say, you're not lying.
No.
But you're just making, using big facts that can make people go, wow, this is a pretty big deal.
The wow factor is
exactly
important. From what I understand, and we're here to learn about you. Your parents, do your parents are involved?
Yeah, my parents are involved here. So
I met your dad earlier. Your mom also works in.
Yep.
So is that first gen? Are they the only ones that here? Is it your grandparents? What's the deal?
Yeah, so my grandparents were involved on my mom's side.
All Canadian?
All Canadian.
Okay.
Yep. So on my mom's side, my grandfather always trained and raced horses. He lived in Dresden, so near kind of in the Windsor Raceway area. That's where he did a lot of his racing. And then on my dad's side, my grandfather there, he owned horses and also ran a small racetrack at one point.
Okay.
So they've all were involved in the industry, which obviously led to my parents, which has led to me. I wasn't forced in to liking harness racing.
Did you ever want to go on the drive train?
I don't know. I wasn't really exposed to that too much. Obviously.
Well, but you see it every day.
But yeah, it would have been some. Oh, I definitely probably thought about it. I spent my summers in high school working here as a maintenance student, just cutting the grass, cleaning stalls, things like that. So
Getting
I got
people Tim Hortons probably, right?
Probably some of that. Yeah, exactly. And I saw a lot of stuff back there. That was when our our stabling area was open, and
Okay.
I got a whole new appreciation for that side of the sport.
Nice. So again, circling around, you've got plenty of roots in Canada. You're coming down to our territory.
Yeah.
And I don't blame you. I mean, Red Mile, the 2-week gig, that's got to be sweet. Do you think that the announcing thing is something that can transition into full time, or do you like what you're doing? Because let's be realistic, the social media aspect of what we do, we're doing that. That's new, that's fresh. There's nobody before us. So we're the ones, like, you could be an announcer and there's always going to be the best there's always going to be competition. But
of course.
social media, that whole aspect is we're carving the path. There's no it's a whole new area.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't even you can't. There's no taxes bracket. I mean, in the U.S., there's no tax bracket. There's nothing. You have to put everything as other on all that stuff. You can't. There's nothing there. I mean, you could say sports broadcaster.
Yeah.
So we're carving. So which is more important to you?
Right now, I'm pretty happy with what I'm doing. I'm happy that I can, again, like you just mentioned, here at Mohawk, anybody that has a social media question comes to me because, like you said, there's no one else really to go to. It's kind of still, whether, it's been around for a while, but it's still pretty new in the grand scheme of things. At the same time, I went to school with,
Where'd you go to
dream.
school?
I went to Humber College, which is literally 5 minutes away from Woodbine.
Okay.
So I was able to go to the track a lot then. But I went there hoping to get involved in sports broadcasting. I went for broadcast journalism. And when I finished up there, my goal was, okay, I want to go get hired by a TV station or get on radio.
Okay.
And this job just happened to open up, and I got asked if I was interested. And because I had knowledge in racing, I was able to pick up this job. Started doing it and still thought, okay, I want to leave and eventually and go into sports broadcasting. But this past winter, I had an opportunity to for a local TV channel in Ontario to broadcast junior hockey games, and it was a great gig. I had a chance to do some radio as well, all while still working in harness racing. And after doing that just kind of felt like the best of both worlds, that I could do both. So going to do 2 weeks at the Red Mile, that sounds perfect to me. I never, if someone told me, oh, you could go call races for 2 weeks, that's great. And then come back and do some hockey and then still do work here at Mohawk and Woodbine, great. So we'll see how it goes this year. But right now, I'm pretty happy with how things get set up.
Here's what you do. Okay, so the first week is a lot of eliminations, right? And just regular. But then the second week is going to be the Kentucky Futurity, right? So when does it end? Sunday?
Yep, on the Sunday afternoon.
So what's the Sunday card?
That would be the Kentucky Futurity Day.
Okay, and Tattersalls.
Yeah.
And, okay.
I think so. I think that
here's
might
what
be
you do.
Okay.
Ready? This is your agent talking.
All right.
So you had how many race days are there?
There'll be 8.
Okay, so you've gone through 7 race days, flawless, like we all know you're going to be. All right, you maybe have picked some bad because you're not a handicapping expert. So, but we'll let that slide.
Yeah.
But you've had flawless things. What time is post time?
It'll be 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock. So Sunday at like 12:15, you walk in. Who owns the racetrack?
Well, there's a group that owns it now.
Who's the direct? Who's the GM?
Right now, Joe Costa.
Okay, Joe. So you walk into Joe Costa's office, and you just bust in there, kick it down, and go, I want a 10-year contract. I did 7 flawless days. Give me a contract now, or nobody's calling the races on your biggest day.
Yeah, well, that's
see how that works out for you.
That's one plan.
That's one plan.
I'm fairly certain that I will never be back.
You'll never be back. No. You get them to sign the contract. You get them to sign.
Am I that valuable? I guess those better be a pretty good 7 days.
Listen, they may admire the balls on you. Just be like, look at this kid coming in here.
Just like
putting his balls on the table and just sign me the
Yep,
contract.
I'm going for it here. Home run or
Home
nothing,
run,
right?
That's it. Strike. Well, because you got the job back here.
Yeah.
Or they may make listen to what that kid did, and then Woodbine fires you, and then that's it. You're out on the street. So I mean, as your agent, that's what I'm advising you to do.
Okay. Well, again, I hope my agent's not getting a huge cut of what I'm making. So
38%. I mean, that's the going rate. That's actually not the going rate.
I would still be accepting applications potentially for a new agent.
Me, other agents charge like 60.
Okay.
I'm giving you a break, bro.
38%.
38%. Okay. I'm giving you a break, bro.
Okay, I gotta do some little math.
So hopefully I won't be down there probably. So this may be the last time we cross paths. And I may be back for North America Cup night.
That would be good.
And I've thoroughly enjoyed every time I've come up to here. Mm-hmm. I like enjoying everything that Woodbine and Mohawk put out. And I enjoy their product.
Well, thank you.
They're really, other than the tree.
Yes.
Go cut the tree down.
Okay.
I know you guys got lumberjacks up here.
That used to be my job here, was cutting trees. Yeah, so I could probably go do it myself.
So go do that. But that's it though. I mean, you guys put on a phenomenal product. I think it's a well-run organization here. So.
Oh, it's really good to hear because obviously the people involved with Standard Racing here, there's always that little bit of competition inside this company because we are thoroughbred racing and standardbred racing. So everybody wants to put out the best product possible all the time, and I think we do a pretty good job. And we're looking forward to the North America Cup because that's our big day, and I think it's without a doubt one of the best days of harness racing in the continent.
Sure. So again, Mark McKelvie.
There you go. That my grade two teacher. Yeah, that's
grade 2 teacher.
Reminder of all those moments.
Come on, that was a bad joke. I've been waiting for that the entire 29 minutes.
You were going for that.
Yeah,
okay.
I was just.
Well, I should point out I'm no handicapping expert, but I did win the 2012 Hannah Pen versus Chip challenge.
Let me.
Yes. Brush my shoulder.
Come in. We're just come in. Who's in? That Todd. All right. So we're just finishing up here again. Mark McKelvie. Thank you, everybody.
There you go.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you very much, Ryan.